Fearless Freddie. Freddie is an older engine who worked on the narrow gauge railway line many years ago. However, when hard times came, he was sold on and sent to work elsewhere. Later, as work grew again and the need for another engine came, the thing controller tracked Freddie down and brought him home to the hills of Sodor again. Back in the old days, Freddie was better known as Fearless Freddie, one of the fastest, most fun engines in the hills. He knows more about the hills, valleys, hidden tracks, and mountain villages than any other engine, and loves to regale the younger engines with stories of the old days and his adventures on the old tracks in the hills. When Skarloey and Rheneas heard about this, they thought he was only being boastful and challenged him to a race to see who was fastest. But Freddie soon found that he wasn't as fast as he once was, but he was a lot more knowledgeable of the old tracks than Skarloey and Rheneas were, and he used them to his advantage to outwit and outrun them. The engine suspected nothing, and it was only when Rheneas was derailed on a steep bend that Freddie owned up to his deceit. However, he was good enough to lead a search party in order to put his knowledge to good use. Thanks to Freddie, Rheneas was found safe and sound and hauled home to the yard. Well, that's good. Despite his knowledge, there are things that even Freddie doesn't know about. When the thing controller's new bicycle needed a bell, he searched all over the railway to find one for him. He tried using a cowbell, bells from Cuffy the Clown, and a shiny new school bell. None of them suited, but when he saw Thomas taking the newly repaired foghorn through the wharf, it gave him an idea. When he gave the thin controller his new bike, he suggested he simply use the bell from the old bicycle he had before. The thin controller was delighted, and Freddie felt proud of himself. But like all narrow gauge engines, Freddie has a very kind heart as well. When Colin the Crane was feeling left out of the Christmas holiday celebrations, Freddie made a plan to hold the annual party at the wharf instead of the sheds. The only problem was Freddie forgot to tell the thing controller, and the party was nearly over before it began. When the tree was loaded onto a barge by mistake, thankfully, Freddie set things right just in time, and everyone had a splendid time at the wharf Christmas party, where Colin became the guest of honor. Way to go, Freddie.